तुषाराद्रिसङ्काशगौरं कबीरं मनोभूतकोटि प्रभाश्रीशरीरं स्फुरन्मौलिकल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा लसत्फालबालेन्दुकण्ठे भुजङ्गा.
A warm welcome to all the devotees on Raksha Sutra English. We are going to narrate wonderful holy stories to all the devotees from the book Miracles of Love by Ramdas Ji, an exclusive devotee of Maharaj Ji. Please listen carefully, all the devotees. He used to speak to the devotee according to the person's own depth. According to what line of devotion the person was following. If you were clever or deceptive, Maharaj Ji ignored you, but if you were simple and open, he would help you. Maharaj Ji, when he liked a person, expressed it from the heart. When he didn't want to see the face of a person, he would cover his face with a blanket. Maharaj Ji did not reveal himself to everybody. He could see into the soul of a person, where we would see a nice sort of chap. He would see the person's inner workings. To some people, he would just give prasad and send them away. Whether a person had been with Maharaj Ji for 25 years or was a rank newcomer, all were given the same consideration. There were no favorites and no one was indispensable. On one occasion, a caravan of army trucks stopped at the gate and hundreds of soldiers came and stood in line. Maharaj Ji was talking to a farmer sitting beside him. One by one, the soldiers and officers came forward, bent over and touched Maharaj Ji's feet, looked at him for another moment and then turned away. That experience was almost of them seemed to want, but every so often one would come forward who seemed different, perhaps seeming to have a bit more light or perhaps seeming to suffer more. Many times I watched as such a person bent forward. Maharaj Ji would hit him on the head or give him a flower or interrupt his conversation to say something to him, such as, "Your mother will be all right," or "You shouldn't fight with your superiors," or "You love God very much." We could see only the teeniest fraction of what Maharaj Ji saw. The soldiers wanted pictures of Hanuman, the protecting deity of the Indian army, and of Maharaj Ji to carry as protection in war. Maharaj Ji said, "The army has good and simple and spiritual men." It was not as if Maharaj Ji were deciding to do this or that. Rather, the nature of the seeker was eliciting from him, as from a mirror, this or that response. Ramdas. The first time I saw Maharaj Ji was at a mela and I was asked to come to Chitrakoot. The first thing that impressed me was that he was like a mirror. In Chitrakoot there were so many people and they were talking about all his doings, and I was never interested but said that I thought he was like a mirror. When they then told Maharaj Ji, he was very happy to hear that I thought this. I would talk with Maharaj Ji about all matters, including such things as science or human going to the moon. He was like a mirror. He had nothing to do with any of it, but he showed interest, and the next time you spoke of it, he would follow what you were saying. He used to say, "I remember everything." Maharaj Ji did not seem to be deciding how to react to any devotee and in fact advised others too. see God in everyone. It is deception to teach by individual differences and karma. Nevertheless, when pressed, he could explain his behavior. Once I was chastising Maharajji for giving photos to people who were worldly and didn't care about him. He said, "You don't understand me. If I tell a man he is a great bhakta, bhakta means devotee, I am planting a seed. If a person already has the seed planted and growing, why should I plant another?" I said, "You are telling these drunkards, liars, and dacoits that they are real bhaktas. They will just go home and carry on their old behaviors." Maharajji said, "Some of them will remember what I said of them, and this quote and those set in this manner throughout the book are direct quotes of Maharajji, will make them want to develop this quality in themselves. If 10 out of 100 are inspired in this way, it is a very good thing." A devotee once said to Maharajji, "Maharajji, why do you tell people to do something and then blame them for it? If I tell them to jump off a cliff, should they do it? I just tell them what is going on in their minds." All of this seemed to be a process whereby Maharajji was using devotees in the service of the awakening of one another. When the Indians were feeling resentful of the Westerners, Maharajji would say, "They are very sincere and very pure, and that's why I love them. The Westerners all test me. You Indians all have blind faith." Maharajji once said of the Westerners, "For Westerners, just being in India is a form of renunciation. They have given up so much to be here. Once they believe fully, with their whole hearts and souls like children." Not only did his response differ from person to person, but it varied over time for each individual as well. It was as if each time you came before Maharajji were the first time, and if the same conversation happened again and again, which was often the case, it was because the devotee remained caught in the same place, visit after visit, but each time the devotee would let go of the aspect of his thinking and behavior in which he or she was stuck. Then he or she would find a whole new Maharajji. One of Maharajji's favorite styles of dealing with devotees, especially the Indians, was abuse, and he was a master of it. Most of the Westerners did not understand Hindi well enough to appreciate the peppery language Maharajji used, and most of the translators took it upon themselves to clean up his language for him. The Indians had become accustomed to his way of talking and actually interpreted it as a form of endearment. Under Maharajji's blanket section is long, so further stories will be narrated to all the devotees in next episode. To listen the wonderful holy stories of Maharajji, please like, share, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell icon. Write in the comment box, Jai Neem Karoli Babaji Maharaj and Jai Ramdas Ji.